Hi, I'm Coach Landry, and the topic is how adults with ADHD can manufacture motivation. Because what people don't realize is the issue is more than just about dopamine. Dopamine is the common denominator when you hear people talk about ADHD, but it's not actually what keeps them from having motivation, okay? So adults with ADHD may struggle with to motivate themselves important non-urgent tasks, right? So kind of until forced to, they'll procrastinate. Dopamine in sufficiency privileges short-term payoff over long-term goals, right? So even if the long-term goal will ultimately provide a bigger reward, they still don't have that cognitive function because of the dopamine levels and whatnot. But breaking tasks into small parts, rewarding baby steps, externalizing motivation, cognitive behavioral strategies help create motivation. So I'm going to give you some quick tips, 7 to 9 tips kind of. Number one being valuation. Consider why a particular task is important to you. Think about your future self, right? And how you're going to feel when it's done. Specifically, define a task specific, coupled with specific day, time that it'll be done. Like organize it, right? Because if you just kind of wait to kind of do it on the fly, you're probably going to keep pushing it off, right? Your next one would be coping thoughts, right? Anticipate how you might rationalize the task. Avoidances, develop strength-based mindsets, promote follow-through, such as building endurance and recognizing when your personal characteristics work best at motivating you, right? Number 3 would be normalize discomfort. Acknowledge that you won't always be in the mood for the task. Okay, just know it. You're not going to always want to do it, and because of that, it's going to keep you from wanting to do it on a random basis. But if you start to try to build yourself a routine, and you'll avoid it and you'll avoid it. We're all guilty of it. Even people with non-ADHD struggle with this. So you can only imagine people, if you're one of those out there with ADHD, how much you probably struggle with it, right? The next one would be initiate a step in there, right? Define the smallest step that when you do it, it kept you from procrastinating. Start defining that, right? Start noticing, man, when I do this, I get a little further than I normally do. When I do this, I'm a little more excited to do something than what I normally do, right? Follow through with the implementation plan would be the next one. Get started, see how it goes, review the results. If it didn't work out and it didn't go how you thought it was supposed to, start over, try it again, make a new plan. The idea is you're not going to get this on the first try. The idea is you're going to keep making implementation plans, is what we call them in psychology, so that you can basically just keep driving yourself. And you might be saying to yourself, well, I have ADHD. I'm not going to be able to keep driving myself. If you have a plan, it'll get better. Remember, hope without a plan is nothing more than a wish, okay? Now, here's the other part. Learn from your slip-ups and practice self-compassion. Very important here. Modify your plan. If it didn't work, be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself that it didn't work. The relapse rate for procrastination is usually 100% for everyone. Okay, so each time is a chance to learn and grow. Like I said, pay attention to what's keeping you. When you do have success, write those things down that led to your success. Write the things down that didn't lead to success. And pay a lot of attention to those when you can. Put them on a whiteboard. Somewhere where you walk past every day. Put it in your face so much that there's almost no way you can avoid it at a certain point, right? Reviewing and developing a plan and list doesn't guarantee follow through. However, such steps help transform a goal that is an abstraction to you, right? A cloud following us around into something more tangible and real is the idea. You want that cloud to keep following you even when you're trying to avoid it, right? This allows you to find ways to touch the task, to feel it. And when you feel it, you're more likely to want to do it. Think about it like planting, right? You can go buy 100 plants, put them in the backyard, want to do them, but it's not until you start touching them and getting earthy and getting your hands in the dirt do you feel motivated. Think about it the same way. Your implementation plan is a way for you to touch it and feel it and see it in your face constantly, so that once you get your hands in it, you start going with it, okay? This allows you just to feel a little more organic about what you're doing and not forcing it, right? No one wants to feel like a kid, like you're being told to get something done. Regardless of how you build up the motivation, once you start it, what you'll notice is sometimes it can gain exponential momentum and you can start leaning it into other things. Okay. So I hope this helped you. If you do suffer from ADHD and you want to talk about it and come up with better ways to be able to concentrate, I made this video short enough so you could just get a quick spurt of information, absorb as much of it as you can. You may need to watch it 2 to 4 times just to really intake it if you are an ADHD person. And look, we all suffer from distractions, some of us more than others. Some of us need a plan to tackle those distractions. So I hope this information was helpful. If you want to work with me personally, you can contact me at the email below, and I will talk to you soon.